Hi, welcome. My name is Peggy and this is my channel Bespoke Ability Sewing. I'm so glad you're here. Today I am going to share my Make 5 of my Make 9 2024 challenge, and I love it. So I had a piece of fabric that was in my Make 9 plans, and I wasn't quite sure what to do with it. And first, let me tell you about this fabric. I first fell in love with it by watching Alex Judge Sews, and I will link her below. She made a skirt out of this fabric too. It was a slightly different colorway than what I wound up with, but I loved it. And then, in rapid succession, I saw videos from Michelle Sews Again and Naughty Gnome Crafts. They both made garments from this fabric. So let me show you the fabric they used. And this is still available at Minerva, and I will link it below. Well, so as soon as I saw the fabric, I knew I had to have it. And so I bought some. I bought it on the Minerva website because I knew if I spent a certain amount, I would get free worldwide shipping. So I didn't even look anyplace else. I just looked there. This fabric is a different colorway from what the three women I just showed you. Although I love that colorway and may have to buy it. But when I saw this one, I thought, oh, these are more my colors, and I just loved it. So that's what I bought. Now, the fabric is Rachel Parker for Dashwood Studios Circle Line Somewhere. That's what it's called. And again, I love this. So it's a rayon challis, or viscose as they say over there. Viscose challis, really drapey, nice and soft, just lovely. And so I had the fabric. And then I just stared at it when I got it. I didn't know what to make it, and I didn't want to ruin it, didn't want to cut into it until I knew. So this Make 9 challenge helped force me to think about what to do with this fabric. So I was thinking I'd like to make a blouse out of it, but then I realized that I had just made a woven blouse in very similar colors for my Make 9 challenge. And I really like it. I like the colors. And frankly, I don't wear woven tops all that often. I tend to wear something made out of knit. So I wondered how versatile a top would be out of this. I didn't want to just wear it occasionally. I wanted to be able to use it rather often. So I thought about my options. I didn't have enough to make a dress, but I did have enough to make a skirt. So that was the answer, to make a skirt. And then there are so many colors in this that I could pull out t-shirts or sweaters, whatever, to wear with it. So last week, if you saw my Friday sews, I made a skirt out of rayon and completely wearable. I mean, it's completely finished, but I made it really as a muslin to see if it would work for this fabric. And I think so. So the pattern is this, which is Simplicity 9472. And I believe it is current. I bought it last summer. It has two different versions, and I made the one with the waist yoke and the full gathers and side zipper. So after making the muslin last week, it was all systems go, and I was really excited to cut into this fabric. So just like last week, I did make some changes to this pattern. I didn't make changes from last week, but last week I made changes, and I kept those same changes, which is I eliminated the waistband, and therefore I interfaced the yoke and I lined the yoke. I also ran a line of clear elastic at the waistline, all just to add support to the skirt, and it has a side zipper. Came together really well, and I was just so excited as I was making it because I just knew it was going to be great, and I loved it. At this point, I thought I'd just mention invisible zipper insertion. I've put in a lot of invisible zippers in my time, and a couple years ago I came across a method that I hadn't used, but I tried it and it's become my tried and true zipper insertion, invisible zipper insertion ever since. And it is, I read about it in a Threads magazine, but Threads magazine and Kenneth King in conjunction together have put out a short video on this method. So I think that Kenneth King originated this. I have since seen other people doing the same thing, but I first saw it with Kenneth King, and I love this insertion. So I will link that video below because I find it very helpful. So everything went together really well. I did top stitch the hem. I might go back and hand stitch it, but that, not yet. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We will see. Oh, and also I should mention what I'm wearing. So the cardigan is just a ready-to-wear cardigan from Talbot's. It's one of their charming cardigans, which I'm not using it as a descriptive. That's what it's called, charming cardigan. And then the top I made 10-15 years ago. And I thought I had the pattern, but I don't think I do. So I thought it was a Vogue pattern. But I looked through my stash, through my catalog of patterns, and the Vogue pattern that I thought it was, I don't think this is, because this closes at the side with a zipper, and the Vogue pattern I have has a button or a tie. It's more of a wrap. This is more of a surplice bodice, but I love this top, so if I can figure out what it was, I might make it again. And like last week, I realized I need more white tanks in my life. I realize I need more white blouses too, because they're just so handy. And eventually I want to make some knit tops to wear with this skirt, but in the meantime, I'm getting by with this. As I mentioned on Friday, one of the things I really like about a skirt with a yoke and then a gathered skirt is that the gathers don't start until a little bit lower down, like on the hip. And I prefer that, so if I wear a top over the waist, it's flat underneath and doesn't bunch up under my top. And I have a very odd photo just of my yoke, which I will put up. So all in all, I love this skirt. It is billowy and floaty, and come hot weather, I think it will be perfect, which won't be for another couple months probably, but I'll have it ready for when that weather does join us. Love it completely, and I hope you like it too. So I will be back on Friday with another Friday Sews, and I hope to be back next Tuesday with Make 6 of my Make 9 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you if you've liked or commented. I really appreciate it, and I read everything, and it's just a great way to have a conversation. So thanks again. I will link everything I've talked about below, and I hope you check out those videos from Naughty Gnome Crafts, Michelle Sews Again, and Alex Judge Sews. They've used the fabric in great ways too. And who knows, maybe I'll buy that other colorway. Uh, anyway, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you on Friday. Bye.